So today we're in Parkside, and Parkside's parameters are going to run from Waters Avenue over to B Road, from the park, Daffin Park, all the way to 52nd at the Lane. And today we're stopped in front of a house I sold many, many years ago. And this is actually called an airplane bungalow. And you can see you enter the front door from the porch, but you're entering to the right. And then once you get into the property itself, you can see from front to back into the backyard. And that's why they call it, it's like a row on an airplane, and that's why they call it an airplane bungalow. It's going to be out of shaker siding. And as you can see, the fireplace is made out of clumps of mud. It almost reminds me of less red adobe. So this lovely two-story home is kind of rare for the Parkside area. The people that built on the park started from Waters Avenue and kind of worked their way east. And you can see going down the street, the homes got smaller and smaller. But this one overlooks the park. This is a beautiful green area, especially on Saturdays when you have just a ton of ankle biters out there playing football. And what this property has that's unique is it had a carriage house in the back where their domestic help would stay. As we head around to the back, I can tell you the history of how they split the property identification number. So as you can see in the background, that was the house that we were just in front of, the two-story home right on the park. But this is where the carriage house was. And the carriage house is very small. Everything's a little bit on the petite side once you're inside. And what they did was they split the property identification number, real estate agents would call that the PIN, and it became two separate properties. And actually I've sold this one twice. So off to my right, you can see is Daffin Park. Daffin Park has many of activities surrounding the park itself. Just for a fun fact, it's 1.5 miles around on the outer perimeter. But if you want to get 1 more mile in, you can go to the interior perimeter and go around the fountain, and you have to do 3 laps there to make it 1 mile. Also has a pool area, tennis courts, and this is where the Savannah Bananas play. So this lovely home behind me actually is another two-story that flanks the park. And I've actually known 3 separate owners of the property, and every single one of them says that house has ghosts.
If you love tree-lined streets, charming old homes, and that cozy neighborly vibe, Parkside might just steal your heart. It's tucked right next to Daffin Park, which is basically the neighborhood's backyard. The homes here? Think 1920s bungalows, cute cottages, and porches. And the community, super tight-knit. People actually know their neighbors, wave hello, and throw block parties. Halloween here is legendary, and don't even get me started on Treasure Day, the neighborhood-wide yard sale that feels like a festival.
So this home behind me is on Isle of Hope, Bluff Drive to be exact, and it's near and dear to my heart. This was my daughter's preschool teacher's house, and she was actually in her class when it was announced that this home made the top 100 porches in the US. So now it's in a coffee table book.
Isle of Hope is like stepping into a southern postcard. You've got mossy oaks, river views, and historic homes that make you want to slow down and stay a while. Bluff Drive, total showstopper, waterfront houses, boats bobbing in the marina, and neighbors who actually wave when you walk by. It's peaceful, it's charming, and it's just minutes from Sandfly and Wormslow's famous Avenue of Oaks. Honestly, if you're looking for laid-back Lowcountry vibes, Isle of Hope is it. All right, let's talk Dutch Island, one of Savannah's best-kept secrets. It's a gated neighborhood tucked between the rivers and salt marshes just past Isle of Hope. You drive in under these towering mossy oaks, and suddenly it's like you've entered a private retreat. The homes? Gorgeous. The views? Even better. You've got access to the Intracoastal Waterway, plus a boat launch, pool, tennis courts, and even a playground. It's super family friendly. Kids are always out biking or playing, and neighbors actually know each other. It feels far away from the city, but you're really just minutes from everything. If you're into laid-back island living with a strong sense of community, Dutch Island might be your spot.
So this is an incredible example of a Baldwin Park house. We've got the shaker siding, we've got 2-story. It is completely renovated inside. And I have to tell you, they bought this house sight unseen. I did sell it to them. However, the thing she loved the most when she got here was the lending library.
Baldwin Park. It's one of those neighborhoods that just feels good. You've got beautiful old homes, sidewalks shaded by big oak trees, and a real sense of community. You're close to downtown, but it feels tucked away. Plus, there's easy access to parks, local shops, and some great little restaurants in nearby Starland District.
So this charming bungalow behind me is actually a lovely Ardsley Park home that was my very first sale 20 years ago in the real estate business.
Brandy Jenkins with the Heather Murphy Group. We're here in Pooler today, and this is what you can get for $250. This is what you can get for $520 in Pooler. This is what you can get for $850 in Pooler.
Let's talk about the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. It may be small, but don't let that fool you. This airport consistently ranks as one of the top airports in the country for traveler satisfaction, thanks to short lines, easy navigation, and that classic Savannah charm. Fun fact, the airport actually sits on the site of a former World War II airfield, and you can still see 2 preserved, haunted runways painted right into the terminal floor. Whether you're flying in or out, SAV makes travel feel surprisingly easy and uniquely Savannah.
So one of my favorite places to shop in Pooler is Nourish. They're locally owned and they have places here in Pooler, River Street, and Broughton Street. What I love about it is natural. They have great gifts if you're looking for something like, I love their refresh shower steamers, their body soaps, their facial oils, and their room sprays. Their candles are amazing as well, and so it makes a perfect gift for family and friends. We're at Big Pond Bodega. I always pop in to get my honey lavender latte, and I typically get a blueberry bagel as well. So if you recognize this place, it's really popular in Savannah, and so we had to get one in Pooler, of course. So one of my favorite spots to eat lunch at when I'm in Pooler is the Authentic Thai here at Sawadi. One of my favorite spots in Pooler to just rest and relax is at my nail spot. Literally, the name of the place is My Nail Spot. So if you need a good pedicure or manicure, this is where I go. I'm a big avid gardener, and so when spring starts to come and the sunshine's coming out, I love to pop in here and replenish my garden.
Let's take a quick tour of one of Pooler's most popular shopping destinations, the Tanger Outlets. Tanger Outlets is home to more than 90 brand name stores, from Nike and Adidas to Kate Spade, Michael Kors, and Levi's, all offering major discounts you won't find in traditional retail. It's the kind of place where you can grab athletic gear, designer handbags, home goods, and kids' clothes all in one trip. The mall was designed as an open-air shopping village, so you get that breezy coastal Georgia feel while you shop. And because it's right off I-95 and just minutes from the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, it's one of the most convenient outlet centers in the region. There's also plenty of dining, from quick bites to sit-down spots, plus seasonal events, live music, and family-friendly activities that make it more than just a shopping trip.
One of the highlights in Pooler is the Tom Triplett Park. So out here at Tom Triplett Park, you'll find about a 1.5-mile walking, jogging trail that surrounds this 19-acre lake. You'll see a guy behind me over here fishing, so you can fish out here. You have playgrounds, you have tennis courts, disc golf, and a dog park area. You can rent the space out for community events or parties. It has restrooms and a pavilion behind you. So you'll find it nice and relaxing, like the guy here beside us, just doing a morning stroll. A lot of folks gravitate toward Pooler just for the location. This is where the land is. So Central Savannah is a lot of historic, so a lot of the vacant land was out in Pooler. So more of your newer construction can be found out here in Pooler. You're very close to the airport, which is our Pooler International Airport, which also houses right next to it Gulfstream. So a lot of people come here for Gulfstream, the military bases, and for the ports of Savannah. So Pooler is very centrally located for all of those. We also now have a hospital in Pooler, as well as the outlets, and a lot of commercial dentists and doctors' offices are out here now too. So I really refer to Pooler as mini Savannah. So pretty much you can find almost anything you can find in Savannah here in Pooler. And so it makes it a great centrally located place to be when you want a house that's a little bit newer possibly, or you can go into Old Pooler where you can find your established homes on larger lots. And so in Pooler, you can find price points starting in the 250s for your traditional 3 2-bedrooms, and you can find that in your resale market. And then your new construction market is going to start around the mid 3s. And so Pooler is very affordable to be in. There's golf courses out here, movie theaters, bowling alleys, Costco's, Sam's, Walmart, anything and everything you can think of. It makes it a great place to be.